What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cole Gotti coming at y'all with another video. In this video, we're gonna do a recap of my Week 6 predictions. Before we start, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for me, and let's ride. All right, first off, we had Iowa against Michigan. Iowa being ranked number 14, Michigan being ranked number 19. I picked Michigan to win the game. Michigan won the game 10-3, I guess. I think that was the final score. You know, Michigan's new offensive coordinator, new offensive scheme and all that, it's just not working. I'm not going to lie, coming into the season, I thought that it would have some juice, but it's not having any juice. So, I don't know what they got going on, but they need to get it right because we're coming into the end of the season, halfway through the season now, so it's crunch time now. And if they want to make the playoffs and win the Big Ten, they got to get it together. Defense looking good over there, though. All right, then we had TCU against Iowa State. I chose TCU. I know they had a lot of players banged up. I felt like they'd still be able to pull off the win because Iowa State had disappointed me. They weren't looking like the team that I thought they was going to look like. But yesterday, they kind of looked like the team I thought they was going to look like. Iowa State won. They can still turn it around, and there's a chance they could slide into the Big 12 championship, but they got to turn it around now, and they got to basically win out. Then we had number 7, Auburn, going into the swamp to play number 10, Florida. I chose Auburn to win the game. I thought Auburn was going to win by 2 scores. The defense is legit. It even showed in that game. They're legit. Offense isn't. I don't know. I mean, I just felt like Bo Nix was going to have a better game than Trask, but Trask has been doing pretty good. I wasn't too impressed with Florida, though. Yeah, they won. They're undefeated. That's good shit. But watching them, I wasn't impressed from what I saw, but they got my attention. They got LSU coming up next week, so this week, whatever. They got my attention. They'll have a chance to impress me. Then we have Virginia Tech against Miami. I chose Miami to win the game. I felt like they're both playing bad. And starting off, Virginia Tech was whooping ass. Jaron Williams, whatever the fuck his name is, throwing picks left and right. Miami brought in Perry. Came back. Damn near had a chance to win the game. Came down to the final seconds, literally. But Miami couldn't pull off the comeback. Virginia Tech won the game. Then we had number 11 Texas playing West Virginia. I chose Texas to win the game. West Virginia hasn't looked good to me at all. Texas is a decent team. They're not a bad team at all. They didn't look too good against West Virginia. They allowed it to be a shootout, but it's the Big 12. I mean, that's the shit that happens, but you would think Texas would be able to stop West Virginia from making it be a shootout. They wasn't. So maybe Texas ain't nowhere near as legit as it should have been, or as I thought it was. Then we have Baylor against Kansas State. I thought Baylor coming off of that loss was going to be able to bounce back and knock Baylor. I thought Kansas State coming off that loss was going to be able to bounce back and knock off Baylor. That didn't happen. Baylor won the game. They won it big time. Baylor might be a threat in the Big 12. I don't see them being no championship contender or nothing like that, but they might be a threat in the Big 12 for real. Especially with Texas going to shootouts with West Virginia. Then there was Illinois and Minnesota. I chose Minnesota to win the game because Illinois is just ass. And Minnesota right now is still undefeated because they beat Illinois. I don't think that they're relevant. They'll lose 3, 4, maybe even 5 games. Who knows? But right now they're undefeated. And they're making a run. They're in the easy division in the Big Ten. That's for damn sure. And then we had Arizona at Colorado. I chose Colorado to win the game. They lost. I don't know what happened over there. Arizona's a bad team. They ended up being a shootout, but Colorado couldn't win the game. I don't know what they got going on, but they need to feed that boy, what's his name, Laviska Shenault Jr., how you pronounce his name. They need to feed him. I mean, just feed him. Whatever they got going on. And then we had number 25, Michigan State, going up against number 4, Ohio State. Ohio State, this is their first actual game. Every other game before this was a cupcake, powder puff. I chose Ohio State to win the game. I mean, Michigan State's got a good defense, but offensively, they're not able to keep up with Ohio State. And it proved, for about the good first half of the game, it was a pretty good game. Michigan State was in it, but you got to score if you're going to play Ohio State. You can't just play defense, because if there is any, there's not many defenses in the country that can just keep them scoreless all game. Then we had Cal playing 13 Oregon. I chose Oregon to win the game. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't think it was going to be nowhere as close or low scoring as this game was. But Cal played them boys tough. They tried to win it. They came up short. Oregon won the game. Then, number 15, Washington, going to play unranked Stanford. I chose Washington to win the game, just like almost anybody who's not a Stanford fan. And even some of them probably chose Washington. But they did not win the game. Washington is not who I thought they were at all. And the Pac-12 is worse than I thought it was, because at this point, there's not even one, let alone two. There's not who in the Pac-12 is actually a contender? Nobody. I thought Washington and Oregon would be at least. I thought they'd be good enough to go at least, 1 losses. Oregon still might, but they're not looking like a contender. Washington done caught 2 L's. Both L's came against a Pac-12 team, which makes it even worse because you're losing to the weakest conference. Well, maybe not the weakest. At least the second weakest conference in college football. But for week 6, I went 5-6. It's not good. I don't like being at 500. I definitely don't like being under 500. But it's all right. Next week, bounce back. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button. I'll be dropping my video tomorrow for my week 7 predictions. Mid-season report cards will start being made within the next week and getting dropped. It's your boy Coke Gutty, and I'm out.